Moving on, it was a big day for Bharat today. The country's first rapid rail transit system was flagged off by the Prime Minister. The train connecting Sahibabad and Duhai depot stations in Uttar Pradesh, marking a new era in India's intercity commute. The ultra-modern urban commute project is part of the Prime Minister's vision for better rural connectivity. But while the focus should have been on rail transformation and what it means for people, the opposition only spoke about the name of the rail service that was changed from RapidX to Namo Bharat. The opposition, though, claimed that the name of the train is proof of Prime Minister Modi's self-obsession. Congress claimed PM was insecure about his legacy being forgotten, which prompts him to name the train after him. The BJP, though, said Congress was showing its anti-Sanatan stance again, but opposing Namo, which is synonymous to lordship.
Everything now, whether it's a stadium, whether it's a rapid rail transport system, has to be in the name of Mr. Modi. There are two reasons. One, he doesn't trust that governments after this government will remember his legacy at all. Therefore, he wants to name everything himself while he's in power. If he thinks the BJP will come to power and whoever becomes the Prime Minister will not remember his legacy because there is nothing to remember, maybe he's right there also.
Congress hatred towards Sanatan keep erupting again and again. Whether it was filing an affidavit on questioning the very existence of Ram and now questioning the naming of Namo Bharat as a train. Namo is a synonymous of Lord Shiva, but they have to see politics into everything.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, Charu Pragya, Abhijit Iyer-Mitra and Lokesh Jindal continue to be with us. Lokesh Jindal, isn't it ironical that the party that has been accused of doing the same is today questioning the Prime Minister, saying this shows his self-obsession?
Well, Swati, the Prime Minister over here can display a gesture of better leadership. In fact, he could have had this name, the naming of the entire railway apolitical, so that the people who have contributed immensely in the past with respect to the railways and all, they could have been, better felicitated. But we see there is a trend in politics now. If at all there is an accomplishment of the ISRO, we have the Prime Minister. If there is an accomplishment of the railways, we have the Prime Minister. If there is accomplishment of the doctors during the COVID time, we have the Prime Minister. So there is a form of a narrative. There's a one-man show that we see. And that is something which is not, that doesn't suit.
But Lokesh Jindal, there is a long list of colleges, universities, research institutes that have been named after Gandhi family. And my question is, did those people not contribute to that institution or university or that college? Did they not work towards those institutions? Shouldn't they have been named after those individuals who are working?
Swati, there is certainly an element of truth in it. In fact, if things they start becoming more apolitical in these developmental issues, it would send a better message to the
Congress
society.
party clearly never sent that message, but Charu Pragya, BJP should. And BJP has accused Congress of doing that often. So why name this Namo?
Swati, first of all, I would like to congratulate the people of Delhi and Meerut on receiving this wonderful train. It's going to help the commuters a lot. And we know there has been a traffic issue. So not just this train, but the highway which has been made between these two cities is greatly helping the NCR region. Now, maybe Lokesh ji is not aware, but Namo is used to talk about Lord Shiva, to talk about Shankar Bhagwan. And you should remember that. And you know, Modi ji is called Modi ji. He did not name himself Namo. It's just quite sad that you say all this when he's been in power in Gujarat for that long and now as a Prime Minister of this country for nearly 10 years already, and he's not named one thing after himself. But of course, you support a political party which feels comfortable giving themselves the Bharat Ratna. You support a political party which has 450 government projects named after them. And please allow me to read this. 98 universities, 98 stadiums, 74 roads and buildings, 51 awards, 37 institutions, 28 tournaments, 15 scholarships. And if I give myself some more time, I'm sure I could list out a few more. So instead of focusing on the development which is happening in this wonderful country of ours, you pick up at these tiny little things and you make a mountain out of a molehill.
Madam, why was the name changed
Swati, and I say this
from
because,
Rapid X?
this is very important to me, Lokesh. Please listen to this. Our Prime Minister is a person who has introduced the concept of Jan Bhagidari in his governance in this country. This Jan Bhagidari makes every single citizen feel proud at every achievement of this country, whether it is a train, it is a vaccine, it is, electricity coming to one person's house. He's about Jan Bhagidari. He's not the Prime Minister who gives himself
Madam,
the Bharat
do you know
Ratna.
what was the slogan of the 12th
that?
five-year plan? It was about inclusive development. So don't give
what did
entire
you do?
credit to one
Came
person.
forward
No.
after the Gandhi
If you
family.
talk about all the
No, what did
developments
you
from
do after that?
2004 till
Came forward
2014, you will
and maybe one
realize
more road
that
after the
the
Gandhi
greatest
family.
inclusive development happened during
Indira
that period of
Gandhi
time.
International
And the
Airport.
greatest concentration
How
of
many
wealth in the
these
hands
can I
of
name
few
in
has
this
occurred
crowd,
since the
please?
last 10 years.
Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna
No, so
award. Like, what
no.
does Rajiv
When
Gandhi
you
got
are
to do with anybody
when
who's
you
been
are
in
giving a
this
credit,
country? Please tell
please
me.
ascertain it with certain facts. And why was the
You
name
are
changed from
refusing
Rapid
to look
X?
at facts.
What is
I
the
don't want
problem
to
with the
argue about
word?
this. I think,
What is the problem with
Modi
the word
governance
Rapid
is
X?
much above all this.
Okay,
No,
Abhijit
Modi
No,
Iyer-Mitra.
please tell me
much
what is the
Abhijit
problem
Iyer-Mitra,
with
if
the word
Namo
Rapid
is
X?
used for Lord Shiva, then, people would ask why the official mobile application is called Namo app.
Everybody in this India
Okay,
life.
why the mobile application is called Namo app? Then why was there Namo TV? Also, would the train stop benefiting people if it was still called Rapid X?
Now, see, the problem with Rapidex is it's a particularly bad name. I don't know who came up with it, but if you remember, Rapidex was an ad associated with an English course for which Kapil Dev used to come. I don't know how old my co-panelists are, but I am 46 years old, and I still remember that jingle. It was a very catchy jingle called Rapidex English Teaching Course. Right, I think everybody remembers that. I don't think it was a good name. You go to an average guy, a Ram Sham Ganesh on the street, and you tell him, Bhaiya, Rapidex lenge. Tell me to, see, it works fine with us. We think of velocity, Velocex, Speedex, Rapidex, it's fine for us. But for the average Indian on the road, they don't know. This is a technological achievement. The first set were called Vande Bharat trains. Then you have Namo Bharat trains. It is not just for Shiva. It is also for Vishnu. There is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. There is a whole bhajan kirtana about it. There is Om Namo Narayana, which is used. It is used for, it simply means I pray to. It is a more devout form of Vande. Vande is a salutation. Namo is a prayer. Right? So you are conflating this with Namo, which is Narendra Modi, which the BJP coined. Bhai, ye bhi kuch hota hai. Now, let's assume Lokesh's thing is absolutely right. This is some great conspiracy to name it after Narendra Modi, etc., etc., etc. What is wrong with that? If you can name things after Rajiv Gandhi, after Indira Gandhi, after Jawaharlal Nehru, after Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, is there a rule that says that you cannot name it after Narendra Modi? Please show me which statute of the law says you can name everything after the Gandhi family, but you can't name anything after any other family. Because remember, even the Congress doesn't have any Manmohan Singh naming these things. They hardly acknowledge Lal Bahadur Shastri naming anything. Everything in this country basically has to be named after one family. That is what it is all about. You see, the connection of the people is. Lokesh, I did interrupt. Please don't interrupt. I haven't finished. Okay,
You are
please
stating wrong facts.
No, I'm not stating. And you get your time. You can come back. You can come back after I finish. Lokesh, I did not interrupt. Lokesh, I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you, and you will let me finish. Quiet.
Lokesh,
No, you're a liar.
let him finish.
You're a liar.
Let him finish, Lokesh. I'll come to you for a rebuttal. I'll come to you for a rebuttal.
You're a cheap propagandist. Now, let's be clear about one thing.
You.
There is no rule anywhere that says it can't be named after absolutely anybody. Honestly, if the Prime Minister wants, it can be named after a temple elephant, it can be named after a tiger, it can be named after a jaguar, it can be named after absolutely anything. The problem is why these people are scared is because it is the naming of these things that keeps connecting the average man and woman on the streets to the past. They want to maintain this entire legacy that everything that is India is owed to one particular family. Today, the average Indian has absolutely no contact. It is a form of mind control, you see. So the BJP has as much right to mind control. So assume all of what Lokesh is saying is absolutely true. It is a great conspiracy and this and that. Absolutely. It is narrative capture and narrative control. And there is absolutely no law in the books. There is no rules in the books, no ethics, no privileges or anything to prevent that from happening.
Lokesh Jindal, now respond, please.
Let me reply. Sir, first of all, let me correct you factually. There are lots of institutions that are named after various leaders. We have Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy. We have Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy for Administration. So we have given due recognition to all those who have contributed to India's development.
Versus how many that have been named after the Gandhi family?
How many?
Wait.
Versus how many that have been named after the Gandhi family?
I'll come to it.
Okay.
The reason why we had a lot of institutions named after Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi was that these were the institutes which were laid down foundation by these leaders in those period of time. So we have Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana because prior to Indira Gandhi, it was not there existing.
Okay.
She was the one who came up with this idea and she was the one who initiated programs with this. We have Rajiv Gandhi
in
National
that
Drinking
case
Water
and by
Mission.
that logic, all the policies and schemes that have been inaugurated and initiated by this government should be called Narendra Modi Yojana, and you should not have a problem with that.
No, I would be very happy if at all there is some initiative that is taken by the government, which was not taken before.
No initiative taken.
From Chandrayaan, right from all those institutions which have been established, be it the technical institutions, state-of-the-art institutions, they owe their origin to the time period of UPA. So tell me one institution, one facility that was absolutely the brainchild of the present regime and which was completed in the time period.
Charu Pragya.
You have all the right to name it.
Yeah, I can't believe that Lokesh, actually resorts to this. So first, naming some buildings after some other prime ministers was mere tokenism. Some 500 buildings on the Nehru Gandhi family versus 2 or 3 institutions on someone else. And if you're trying to say that Modi ji's contribution to nation building is any less, all you have to do is look at the vote share of your party versus that of Bharatiya Janata Party over the last 10 years. He has won with thumping majority the last 2 elections, and every single thing, even the train you're discussing today, we have 34 Vande Bharat Expresses running in this country today, 34 of them. Have you even been on one? How many airports? How many medical colleges? How many, hospitals? I'm sorry, Lokesh, I really think, Swati, that this is not even supposed to be a debate because the opposition has gotten so petty. It has gotten so petty. Ironically, it is the Congress which is behaving this petty on issues of a name that they want to, instead of saying, well done, congratulations to the people of these couple of cities for this train, instead of saying all that, this is the best that they can come up with. And you know what? The people of India are watching you.
Okay, Congress says this is self-obsession of Prime Minister Modi. BJP says the opposition should focus more on Vikas than which project has been named after who. I have to wrap up with that. Thank you very much, Charu Pragya, Abhijit Iyer-Mitra and Lokesh Jindal for joining us, for giving us your time. Thank you to our viewers as well for watching us.